All right, folks. Well, and all right, Pepper on the scoreboard. Bears are up 9-2. All right. So Pepper has 4. Lizzie has 2. And Berkeley has 3. She had a 3 ball. Freeman has a distinct height advantage, kind of like Wenatchee did. So far, the Bears have not seen that as an issue, and are taking it, doing well, kind of like they did against Wenatchee to start. Let's see what happens here as we get further here into the first. Freeman to inbound. Now, lost communication. Someone should have traded, and they didn't quite get it, so Liv gets her first foul, going in for Paige. Paige got into foul trouble early with 2 quick ones. From the free throw line, Freeman was pretty good. They sank the first 2. There you go. Their points are off free throws so far. Freeman typically is a very good team, and somebody we could see later on as we get through to postseason. Yes, I'm planning us being in postseason. All right, Berkeley with the rebound. Over to Pepper. Up the floor. Puts it into Lizzie. Out to Liv. Liv kicks it back to Pepper. To Lizzie. Tries to feed it in underneath, but behind Berkeley. Freeman gets the ball. Coming down, seeing if they can cut into this lead a little further. Nice job, Liv. Stole it away, gives it to Pepper. Pepper in. Caitlin. Caitlin up and in. Good ball movement. Precht with it. Pepper defending against her. Someone's going to call a push. 20. Oh, they're going to call that on Pepper. 11-3. 4 fouls on Brewster, 3 on Freeman. Number 20. Well, there's actually 2 Prechts, isn't there? Logan Precht, number 20, 6'3". Wow. Okay. Berkeley gets it. Kicks it up to Pepper. Pepper brings it down, gives it again to Caitlin, and up and in. All right, 13-3, 1:33 left here in the first. Now Finley Precht, 6'1" freshman. Over to Logan Precht, 6'3" junior. Oh, there's 32. Marley Collette, freshman, hits a 3 ball. Pepper brings it down, kicks it. I'm not sure what was going on there. Guess she thought that she was going to cut, and she didn't. So turnover on the Bears. 1:02 left here in the first, 13-6. Bears. All right, so let's see, that is Kelsey Holland. Oh, Collette tries, doesn't get it to drop, foot on the line, Bear ball. She just sank a 3 moments before, so they're hoping she could hit another one. All right, into Liv. Liv brings it down. Looking at it, stops, kicks it out to Caitlin. Caitlin looking, feeds it over to Pepper. Pepper, nice little move, doesn't drop. Lizzie with the rebound, kicks it out to Pepper. Pepper for a 3 ball, doesn't drop. Lizzie with it, fights, ends up putting it right into the hands of the Freeman defender, trying to get around her. .13 seconds left, doesn't drop, rips it out, puts it up and in. 13-8. Fouls her, and she'll be going to the line. That was a lazy throw. you got to be paying attention. The defender just stepped right into it, took it, and put it up and in. A couple plays there where the girls got to calm down, get ball control before they try a pass, whether it's an inbound or to one of your teammates after a hard rebound, after you fought for a rebound and got it. 1.6 seconds, and they are very solid from the free throw line. One of the things the Bears perennially, at least the last few years, need to work on is the free throws. You know, I love them to death, but free throws didn't fall last night for most players. But Freeman's showing them how it's done and have now pulled it within 3. So with that, we will see the end of the first. Bears had a commanding lead, and Freeman has fought all the way back to within 3, 13-10 here as we start the second quarter. It'll be interesting to see how the Bears respond here for the second quarter. Against Wenatchee, they kind of decided that they wanted to have a little bit larger lead, so they really battled and took over the second quarter. We'll see if they do the same thing here against Freeman. Again, Freeman has a good athletic program and a lot of fun to watch as I've seen them play in postseason. They were a 1A school for many years. I remember playing them back when we had gone up to the 1As that one season where we were wanting to play up with the bigger schools. And good team. And they now have, the enrollment has decreased and they've dropped down to the 2Bs. And they have been showing themselves at the state events in the 2Bs for the various programs. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there for them this season in basketball. Well, Coach Vassar, second game as the head coach of the Brewster Bear ladies team. And we'll see how he responds, what he talks to them about, what he wants to see here in the second quarter. The Bears will have the ball to start the second quarter. Let's see, everybody that ended the first is back out there here to start the second. Into Pepper. Pepper kicks it over to Berkeley. Berkeley now that's happened a number of times. Freeman's going to defend against that now with the 6'3" and 6'1" Preck sisters. And we scored a number of times with that. The freshman, 6'1" Preck with it, hands it off to Poland. Who's that? They tie her up. Freshman nails the 3, 13-13, 7:21 left in the first half. Pepper with it into Berkeley. Berkeley puts up a little shot, won't drop. Rebounds are going to be hard to come by. We were doing well there in the beginning, but Freeman stepped it up a notch here. Kicks it down, nobody out on her. Fires the 3, doesn't drop. Over to the back. 6'3", Logan Prex, Jr. Peck. All right. Addie Bosel going in for Liv Smith. All right, Berkeley inbounds to Pepper. Pepper going up the side over there. We had some good plays, but Freeman's adjusting to a lot of it. Lisi comes in for the rebound, but ends up a little hard into a player and going to get called for that. That'll be her first foul. All right. Into the freshman, Finley, 6'1". Lizzie gets out there on her. Ends up getting it away from her. Puts it over. Addie bounces it off her defender. Her sister gets it. Won't drop. But Freeman able to get the ball out and around. Bears swarming the ball. Now I'm not sure who that's going to be called on. Oh, that's going to be on Addie. Be her first. 2 on Brewster, 1 on Freeman so far. 6:18 left here in the first half. Inbound play. Kicks it out. Collette. She sank a 3 from there earlier, doesn't drop. Pepper with it, gets it up to Lisi. Lisi puts it over to Berkeley. Berkeley, little bounce, move around, and puts it up and in. Brewster regains the lead, 15-13. 5:58 left here in the first half. Puts it in to 6'3", and that's hard to defend right there. Tied up. Pepper with it. Puts it over the top. Again, we go underneath, and nice ball movement, nice passes, and up and in it goes. 17-15. Over to Collette. Collette up into freshman. Pepper ends up with it. Up to Addison. Oh, just through the hands and out of bounds. 5:14 left here in the first. 17-15. Timeout called. Page is going to go back in. All right, well, Page out on the floor for Berkeley. So 5:14 left here in the first half. Freeman ball. Caitlin Gibbons with 6. Pepper with 4. Berkeley with 5. Lizzie with 2. Teague with it. Hands it off to Finley. Finley fighting. Puts it in underneath. Goes off the hands of Holland. Bare ball. Inbounds to Page. Page brings it down the floor. Inbound to, that was going to be Page will be going to the line. Petch. That is Logan Petch's, the 6'3" junior's second one. Up and in for Page. So she'll be coming out. Making some shifts now. Page back at the line. Gets the second one. Great job. 19-15. 4:47 left here in the first half. Riley Russell with it. Peck with it. Over to Agee. Oh, little move there. One more move, but they couldn't quite get it to her fast enough. Trying to get some ball movement here. See if they can get an open shot, and doesn't get it. I think the girls thought it went out of bounds, and it does on the other side. 4:20 left here in the first half. Bare ball up 19-15. Pepper inbounds to Page. Into Caitlin in. And Lisi Ramirez for 2. Good, quick ball movement. And she has a chance to make a 3-point play here. So she'll have an opportunity. Bears 21-15 now with 4:12 left here in the first half. Lisi, and it goes. 22-15. Riley Russell bringing it down for Freeman. Kicks it out, and out of bounds it goes. Bare ball again on a turnover. All right, Page with it. Page brings it down over to Pepper. Pepper into Lisi. She tries to force it, and that one just doesn't go for her. Freeman with the rebound, bringing it back down. They got it over Riley Russell. Doesn't quite drop. Scrum for the ball. Oh, wide open and underneath. Lost their person there in the quick action. Okay, Pepper with it. Page with it. Back to Pepper. Elise in to Caitlin. Over to Addison, and Addison gets stuffed. Addison's going to try and get that ball back. She wants it. All right. Freeman brings it down. Russell with it. Gee with it. Oh, it said it was touched by the Bears, so it'll be Freeman ball underneath. Coach calling in an inbound play. 3:10 left here in the first half. 22-17. Inbounds. Oh, overran that one. 22 gets a shot and she sinks it. Pepper with it. Caitlin with it. Gets it kicked back out when she tries to force one into Lizzie. Lizzie looks at it, puts up a little floater, and in it goes. 24-20. 2:46 left here in the first half. Russell with it. Trying to drive around, gets around, kicks it out. Hey, Lizzie, good job blocking out. Pepper with it. Paige, I'm sorry. Paige with it going to the rack, and she gets fouled. And I don't know. 5, and so it'll be on Russell. So Paige will get to shoot a couple more here. 24-20, 2:29 left in the first. Ooh, that one rims in and out on her. Sank her first 2 trips to the charity stripe to get herself on the board. Logan Precht goes back in, the 6'3" junior. Paige gets that one. Great job, Paige. 25-20, 2:29 left here in the first half. Freeman trying to get around. I'm going to say jump ball. Trying to feed Logan Precht and get her in there to put in a lay-in. Jump ball rotation goes to Freeman. So they're working on a inbound play. Trying to feed it around her. And they do. Addison, whoa. Good hustle by the Bear defense. And Pepper gets away with it, gets it. 2:10 left here in the first half. Lays that one up and in, does not drop, and they're going to say it went off of Brewster, and it's a Freeman ball. 25-20, 2:05 left. 2-foot stop and put her up and in. All right, so Kelsey Holland with it, over to Agee. Collette to Holland. Oh, gets it tapped away by Addison. Addison on the ground with it. Tries to force it. It went off. No, that's a bad call. That is a bad call. That is a bad call. Oh, Mike saw it. He's going down to talk with him. Girls get away. That one went off Freeman. Freeman batted it, and that's why it went out of bounds. But we'll see. We'll see if they reverse it. White ball. Yep, they do. I like it when they talk and one has seen something very definitive and they make that adjustment. So good job to the officials. Like I said, we love them. Love all their effort and all the work. Bears putting in a play here. Seeing if they can put something in. Puts it into Paige. Addison over to Lizzie, over to Pepper. 23 seconds left. No need to hustle or doesn't drop for a rebound. Freeman puts it up to Finley Precht, and 22 misses. They go over their back again, and that's going to be one of the hard parts when you're that tall. You see the referee sees you going over the top of the little guys, and now she has 3 on her. So Logan Precht, the 6'3" junior. Oh, Is that 5? Oh, that's 5 fouls. So they'll be shooting. But, yep, that's one of the things that happens. All right, so they brought her off again with 3 fouls on her. All right, 1:20 left here in the first half. Bears up 25-20. Paige at the free throw line. Misses that one off the front of the iron. That one goes in for her. 26-20, 1:20 left here in the first half. Finley pecked with it. Goes over the top of Lizzie, tries to get it around. Lizzie is all over her. Ends up bouncing off her feet, or says she touched it, so it'll be Freeman ball. 105 now. 105, 26-20. Inbounds to Agee. Over to Peck. Corner, 22 has sunk that one. Got to get around. That is her shot. Pepper with it up to Caitlin. Caitlin Gibbons back to Pepper into Lizzie. Lizzie with a little shot. Doesn't drop. Paige happens to be in just a little quick. Addison putting on a lot of pressure. Paige putting on pressure. Precht with it, fires. Oh boy, they had the basket right there, but a little rush and not off the fingertips. 35 seconds left. 26-23. Pepper with it, back to Paige, over to Lizzie. Puts it back to Lizzie. Lizzie over to Addison or Addie. Addie sinks a 3. 29-23, 17 seconds left. They're going to try for the last shot is my guess. Correct. With Addie on it. Lizzie all over her. And they're going to call it. They're going to call a hold. That'll be the 3rd foul on Brewster. That'll be the 2nd one on Lizzie. Well, 7.2 seconds, 29-23. Inbounds. Puts it over. I'm going to say she walked. 2.6 seconds. 2.6 seconds. And they're going to get someone to fire one. Into Pepper. Over to Paige. Paige fires. Does not drop. All right, so halftime finds the Bears up 29-23. 10 minutes here in the halftime break. And, again, want to give a shout out to our spectacular band. Absolutely love listening to them. They do an excellent job. I love the fact that they will support other teams from our league and district. Even when we went to state, they did that. Loving the officials. And I love the fact that, there was a call one of the officials saw wasn't exactly correct. It had gone off a Freeman hand, and he came down and they talked about it, and then they, overturned the call and made it correct, which appreciate them being willing to do that and having the foresight to do that. So it was awesome. There's a number of fans out. Not as packed as it was for the opening game. We got the Bear boys team across the way from us that they'll head into the locker rooms following this halftime break here. Freeman, good school, good student athletes. I've got some friends that their kids actually go to school there. Jacob White, if you are listening, my friend, I was looking for a White here on the roster, and I didn't see her. I know she played volleyball. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make that game and broadcast any volleyball this season. But I was hoping we'd have a White on the roster so I could run into you here. But Jacob White and, my buddy Solomon Basir, he actually is a Brewster boy. And, related anyway. Actually he was. And, area. And now he's over, and his children attend Freeman as well. And Saul's kids did exceptionally well in cross country this season for Freeman. Freeman's cross country team was really good, so it was neat to hear about their progress and how well they did. So, but no Bashirs on here either. So I don't get to harass either one of them here tonight. But we live in such a small world. It is amazing. I actually I work in IT, and one of the products we use is Claris FileMaker. I've used it since the 90s. Love the product, awesome product. And a young man had contacted me about some AI and some other tools and things he's working on. And I was talking with him and his team, and he says, "My uncle works for Claris." I said, "Oh, really?" He says, "Yeah." He goes, "Let me see if he has some time and could chat with you." He really is a big supporter of our user or the Claris community user base and things. And I got chatting with him, and it's so interesting to see all these tie-ins. This young man that I was chatting with was from Seattle, and and it was neat how small a world we live in and how everything kind of ties together. We kind of know that, that's the way we talk about it. The other thing is it has been fun to watch some social media posts. Last year's volleyball coach and one of our stars, she was actually on the Lady Bears basketball team that got the golden ball state title in basketball for the ladies when I first moved here. And Marky Miller, wonderful young lady, love her to pieces. Really enjoy when I get a chance to see her and chat with her a little bit. She went and played volleyball at the college level, and she played some basketball at the college level, and she played for the Nanooks up in Alaska, and her old team won their division. So it was fun to see that. And then Carter Kukenboo. And I keep saying I'm going to do it. I am going to do it. Carter's more than willing. I said, let's do a FaceTime interview, my friend. I want to hear how you're enjoying Boise State and what an experience. And they won their division in football. So congratulations to them and to Carter. I mean, it's awesome to be part of that team. And awesome young man, awesome family. His brother led the Okanagan Bulldogs football team, who was, two-time state champions with Carter at the helm. His brother took over and took them all the way to the Final Four. They ended up losing to Toledo, and I'm not sure who won the state title. I didn't go back and look since Okanagan and Liberty Bell had been eliminated. But anyway, yeah, so his brother and his family, awesome family, love the Kukenboos. And anyway, there are just so many wonderful people. And I'm sitting here looking, and here's Selena Aparicio going up in the stands, and she broadcast some soccer for us this fall. Really appreciated that. That was amazing. And even here, Dan Vassar coming out, now the head coach of the basketball team, and both his boys played baseball and basketball with both my boys. It's just one of the things you get when you live in a small community, a smaller community, and really enjoyed that. So we got 5:12 left. I'm sorry I was a little late today getting in. We were in Spokane last night. So we broadcast the games Thursday night. Friday I went to work, Friday I ended up in Spokane because my wife decided to switch careers. I think we've talked about this on air a few years ago, but right before COVID hit, she had chatted. She had been a teacher and taught our kids, and she knew she wasn't going to get to teach Grant any further, and she said, that's kind of one of the reasons I was doing it. Not that I don't love all the other kids and being involved in their lives, but she goes, I feel that God's leading me another way, and we should talk about it. And I said, certainly. When we first got married, she had got her CNA and had worked in some nursing homes in Ellensburg and had done a wonderful job there, and really loved working with the residents and with the people. But the place she was working with sold like 3 times in a year and switched ownerships and management teams and all this and that. So she ended up leaving that and starting her own cleaning business. And, obviously it was away, but it still was on her heart. And so she went back and first she got her CNA and made sure she still loved it. And then she went and got all her prerequisites and graduated from Wenatchee Valley College with her nursing AA, and went and passed her NCLEX, so she was a registered nurse. And it's been a neat journey to watch. Man, hats off to all those in the healthcare field, and also to the nurses. I mean, they are the front line in the trenches, and I learned a lot being my wife's study buddy, and probably more than I wanted to. I would not make a good nurse, but I know some of the stuff. If you ever have questions, let me know. Anyway, there's been a push for the nursing field. Now there's such a huge need for nurses. I mean, there's nursing jobs open all over the place, and there's a lot of need for nurses. So anybody that's thinking about a good field where you help people and can make a good wage, nursing is one of those. But they had been asking for BSNs, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. And she'd spent 3 years, 1 year getting all the prerequisites, and they were tough. Chemistry, biology, just tough courses. Then the 2 years in the program, and she decided to go to get her BSN, and she did that through Washington State University. And so we went to Washington State University last night, yesterday, as she graduated from Washington State University. And, kudos to my wife. She is an amazing woman. And she was selected by the faculty and staff to be the RN to BSN student of this class. And so she got a neat award, got a really nice jacket, and it's neat to see her get rewarded for her hard work. She actually had, she's got like a 3.99 from the time she started all the way through her BSN. So 3.99 on the President's Honor Roll for so many quarters at both Wenatchee Valley College and Washington State. And I will say this, it was both of them have outstanding programs. Wenatchee Valley has an outstanding nursing program. They generate some quality nurses. Been fun to watch Linda's classmates and what they've done with their lives. And Washington State is doing the same thing. They take them right to the BSN. So if you enter their program, you go right and get your BSN, which there are some jobs that would like a BSN, but there's a lot of people that say, well, the reality is that's not exactly how it is just yet. But anyway, it's been a neat journey, and we had a lot of fun, but we did not get home till late. That road up over the top, oh my gosh, of the Mansfield Plateau up there, that thing was just a soup nightmare last night. So we didn't get home until really late, actually early this morning, very early this morning, and I just wiped. But wanted to get down here and broadcast this for you. And my son Grant came over to visit, and so I was chatting away with him, and then I went, I got to get down there. So came down to bring this to you guys, and appreciate you all. Appreciate everybody that enjoys watching with us and listening to me ramble on. And it's a lot of fun, and all really like all these student athletes and what we're trying to do. Paige was trying to get the ball there. She was saying it's booster ball, but it's not. I'm sorry. We are now in the third quarter. I guess I had third quarter all the way. I apologize. We are starting the second half of play here in Champions Gym. Bears have a 29-23 lead. Freeman trying to take advantage of their height. They've got 6'3", 6'1" sisters out here on the court. And Pepper goes right at him and ends up sliding into the wall. She will be going to Collette with her first. So Pepper will be at the line shooting a couple to start the second half. 7:43 left here in the third. Gets the first one. Doesn't get the second one. Berkeley almost had a hand on it, but didn't quite wrangle it in. Freeman down quick and to the corner. Doesn't drop. Lee Z with it. I don't know where that one was being thrown. Freeman floats one, doesn't drop. Lee Z with it, this time out to Berkeley. Berkeley tries to force it underneath right into Freeman's hands. Coach Vassar has his hands on his hips right now. 2 turnovers. Caitlin to Pepper. Pepper letting everybody go past her. Over to Paige, back to Pepper. Over to Caitlin, back to Pepper. Lee Z back to Berkeley. Berkeley fires the 3 and sinks it. That is my granddaughter's cousin right there. Berkeley is a wonderful young lady. I have so enjoyed getting to know her and our interview last season. She's a wonderful young lady. All right, so Freeman to inbound, 33-23. Freeman brings it down. Brewster was putting on a fair amount of pressure. Berkeley gets that one with her height, gets it to Pepper. Pepper pulls up, backs it up, fires the 3, doesn't rim in, ends up in Freeman's hands. That's Russell with it, kicks it over, down to Holland, into, she did not like that call. Number 20, Logan Preck did not like the walking call. She said she felt like she was getting fouled, but officials saw it differently. Pepper to Paige. Paige brings it across the timeline, back to Pepper. Over to Caitlin. Caitlin thinks about it, back to Pepper, into Lizzie. Now she's going to say she walked. And she knows. It's her head. Her foot moved before the ball got down. It's just the way it works. All right, so inbound to Russell. Russell kicks it back, going back to Russell, trying to break the Brewster defense. Oh, they did that time. And she was wide open underneath there for that lay-in. 33-25 now. All right, over to Paige. Berkeley, or Pepper. Lee Z back to Pepper. Oh, trying to force it in underneath, but goes off of Freeman, and it'll be a Bear inbound play underneath. With 5:43 left here in the third quarter. Pepper to inbound it. Bears moving, doing whatever. Lee Z gets stuffed, but it goes, okay. All right, so Freeman ball. Inbounds to Collette. Over to Russell. Their Bears are putting on a fair amount of pressure. Cross court. Feeds it in underneath to Logan Preck. She gets 3 people on her. Out. Doesn't hit. Caitlin gets it. Pepper with it. Up to Berkeley. Berkeley drives. Floats one up and in. 35-25. All right, so pulling back to Russell. Russell in underneath it, trying to, nice underhand, but doesn't drop. But Lisi gets it out to Berkeley. Berkeley brings it, dribbles around, puts it out to Pepper. Pepper to Lisi to Paige. Oh, Paige just was a little too fast and had herself in under the basket too far. Otherwise, that would have been beautiful. All right, so Russell with it, over to Collette. No, Russell goes all the way around, expecting somebody to get her, and they didn't, so it was a little hard off the glass. Okay, Caitlin with it. Caitlin puts it over to Berkeley. Lee Z gets it. Caitlin with it. Caitlin puts it back underneath to Pepper, to Lee Z. Out to Caitlin. Caitlin says, let me try 3. Doesn't drop. Freeman gets the rebound. Bears all over her. Over to Russell. 4:03 left, and Freeman wants a timeout. Freeman calling a timeout, 35-25 with 4:02 left here in the third. Freeman's coach working on a play to see if he can help them cut into the Bear 10-point lead here with 4:02 left here in the third. Coach Vassar talking with his team as well about what he'd like to see. Freeman Scotties. All right, so Freeman ball, and they are going to run a play their coaches worked on to try and cut into this. So Lee Z on 6'3", correct sister. All right, pulling with it. Finley Precht kicks it way out to Russell. Russell, 22, fires and does not drop, and it will be bare ball. Good job, Berkeley, blocking out, making sure they couldn't get back to it. So, job. All right, 35-25. 3:40 left here in the third. Page with it, kicks it down to Pepper. Berkeley with it, Page with it. Back to Lee Z. Lee Z tries to force it up underneath, and she just wasn't where she should be to make that shot. All right, so Precht with it, pops it out, doesn't drop. Caitlin with it, up to Pepper. Pepper with it, kicks it out. Lee Z tries that one, and it didn't drop for her. Just tough. I'm gonna say she was on the floor, so it's gonna be Freeman ball. Said her back was on the line when she was on the ground with it. I mean, that girl hustles and tries everything she can. Very impressed so far this season. I think someone was saying player of the year. Man, she played against Wenatchee, and she played it excellent tonight as well. She already has 7 points. And Page with it. Freeman putting a little bit of pressure on him. Pepper with it, Lee Z with it, and I'm not sure, Pepper, that one does not go. Brings it down, goes through everybody, up and in. All right, so Russell with it. 2:17 left here in the third, 35-27. Paige taking her time, bringing it across the timeline. It over to Berkeley. Berkeley gives it to Pepper. Pepper in to Berkeley with it. That one does not drop. Caitlin with it. And she gets it up and in. Great job, Caitlin. All right, Russell with it. Agee with it. And Holden. Precht fires the three. Left out there wide open. And they're going to 34. Ooh. Oh, they're calling it on Leezy. That'll be her third. All right, so Millie coming in and Addie coming in. Oh, my goodness. Addie all over number 20. That is a height mismatch if I've ever seen it. Yeah, and Caitlin did a great job of blocking out, and Freeman did touch that one last. All right, inbounds to Page. 37-27, 1:28 left here in the third. Page brings it down, gives it off to Addie. Addie tries to get it to Millie, but just not a great pass. Up and in. All right, Page with it. Page fires the three, and I don't know if it was touched or not. Addie tries to get to it, but doesn't. All right. 37-29, 1:05 left here in the third. Scotty's bringing it down. It's Russell. Drives around, kicks it out, fires a three and sinks it. 37-32. Paige over to Pepper. Millie over to Caitlin. That one does not drop. Millie with it. Gives it out to Paige. Sorry. All right, so Paige has it. Over to Pepper. Pepper has time. Fires and doesn't drop, but she gets the rebound and up and in. So Pepper extends the lead back out to 7 with 23.4 seconds left, and she will have opportunity to make it a three-point play here. Pepper gets that one. 40-32. Feeds underneath, nobody there. Oh, Caitlin, oh geez, gosh darn it, I'm sorry folks. Freeman came down, had a great opportunity to get in underneath the Bears, and they had, but Freeman not able to quite handle it, but it will be their ball. Millie with it, Precht to Precht. That one was, you can tell that one had been practiced a few times. All right, so back to Addie. Addie tries to pass it in underneath and doesn't fit. Time expires. 40-34. Bears with a 6-point lead to start the fourth quarter. All right, Bears got 8 minutes here to extend their 6-point lead and see if they can get it back to 10. They had a 10-point lead for most of the game, and then recently they got it cut into and down to a 6-point lead. Let's see what Coach does here. I think he's gone back to the starters, and that's what he's done. So starters will be going out to start the fourth quarter. See if they can extend the lead here a little bit and give the Bears their second victory of the season. And they defeated Wenatchee on Thursday night, non-league. And this is non-league, of course. But I know they're hoping to do really well here and, you know, show what they're going to be capable of this year. And I really, again, I expect Brewster to be in Spokane. That's just what I expect. Of course, I also think Freeman has a good chance of being there too. So might be a preview of what's to come later in the season. So Bear ball to start the fourth. All right, Paige with it. Caitlin with it. Berkeley. Caitlin. Lizzie with it. Kicks it out to Paige. Paige with a 3-ball. Bears putting some pressure on. Precht with it. Uh-oh. Oh, at her feet, so she wasn't able to handle it as well as she'd hoped. Precht with it. Feeding it in underneath, and Lizzie gives it everything she got, and she almost had it. Freeman will try another inbound play. We've seen a couple of these different ones. All right. Precht with it. Over to Collette. Collette to Russell. Russell fires, doesn't drop. Paige with it. All the way down to, oh, man, Collette hustled herself down there to stop that play, or that would have been an easy bucket for Lizzie. And she batted it out of bounds at the last second. Pepper to inbound. Bears working on it. Into Caitlin. Caitlin with it. Kicks it out to Paige. Paige over. Back to Lizzie. Easy. Uh-oh. Oh, I love it when those two go together. All right. Paige hustled her buns off. Got that ball before it went out of bounds. Gave it to Pepper. Pepper comes in. Boom. Hits a little three. Or hits a little shot. All right, so, that's going to be Lizzie's fourth. So she's going to have to be a little less aggressive here, which is, meh. We'll see. All right. Russell with it. She's attacking. She knows she's got 4. Caitlin with it. Oh, I'm sorry. Caitlin had a nice one into Lizzie, and she just wasn't able to get it. So that was my bad, folks. I get to watching and paying attention and not thinking about it too much. It's going to be Freeman ball. They really tried to get it off a Freeman player, and it ended up, she did. I mean, Pepper had it hit the Freeman player, but then it bounced back and actually touched Pepper. Russell with it. Russell fires the 3, tries to bank it in, doesn't drop. Paige with the rebound all the way, tries to force it all the way up to Pepper. Okay. Okay, so Teague pushed, and so it'll be Bears ball. So Russell comes out, and in comes the 6'3" junior. Correct. All right. Caitlin with it, bringing it down across the timeline. 5:47 left in the game. Paige with it, Caitlin with it, Paige with it. Paige fires another 3, does not drop. She does everything she can to get to it, but it doesn't. She gets her foot on them. She wasn't in the air. So 5:36 left, 45-34, 11-point lead for the Bears. But a lot of time left for Freeman, especially now that they've got their 6'3" junior in. All right. Colette with it, getting some pressure. Lizzie with it, or no, Paige. Woo, I'm sorry. Paige hustled, got that, went to go underneath and got hammered. So Colette, that'll be her second on Freeman for this quarter, and she will be at the free throw line, seeing if she can extend the Bear lead. And she hits the first one. And she gets the second one. Great job. 47-34. Colette with it. Gives it back to Colette. Correct. I guess I should call those. So that one was Finley. Over to Teague. Over to Precht. Finley. At her feet. It's Teague's feet and goes out of bounds. So it'll be Bear ball with 5:05 left here in the fourth. Okay, so Freeman Freeman subbed in a number, I think 3 players. All right, so Pepper with it. Over to Caitlin. Pepper, Caitlin fires a 3 and sinks it. 50-34. And into Lizzie, over to Paige. Paige gets it, slows it down a little bit, backs it out, over to Caitlin. Caitlin does a little bounce play, and they're going to call a foul on number 20. That'll be her 4th. So Logan Pecht. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I need someone from the other team to come tell me how to pronounce these names correctly. But Logan has done a good job for Freeman. She's got 6 points. Kelsey Holland has 13. So Holland is their number 1 scorer so far. And then Finley has 5. But they've got 4 seniors on their team. 3 juniors, 2 sophomores, and 2 freshmen. So a little older roster than what we have. The boys on their side, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seniors, 3 sophomores, and 3 freshmen. So yeah, we'll see how that all goes. But Bears up 16 at this point, 50-34, 4:36. Lots of time left. Bears putting some pressure on it. Oh, Paige is at the line. She went for that free throw and got nailed. She's doing great at the free throw line this last few appearances here. Actually, she's normally pretty good. So awesome to see her get that one. One more here. So she can give them an 18-point lead and doesn't quite get 18 points, and they're going to call Berkeley. No. There we go. Berkeley, that'll be her first. All right. Bears, uh-oh. Paige trying really hard to get that thing. So that's Paige's third. That'll be the third on the team. So they're not going to send them quite to the free throw line, but got to be a little more cautious here. 4:32 left, 18-point lead. Get Precht with it. Easy on her. Oh, gosh darn it. I'm sorry, folks. Okay. That was a give me, but all right. Nice job by Pepper to get back down and defend that and not allow them to get that. Okay, Berkeley, back to Pepper, Paige, back to Pepper, Lizzie. I'm not sure what that was. Oh, kicked ball. So Russell comes out and Colette goes in. Bear ball underneath. 3:57 left in the game. Backs it out, kicks it out to Caitlin. Gives it to Lizzie. Lizzie with, and I don't know if that was tipped or what happened there, but Paige didn't quite get that one. Agee with it. Oh, it happened to bounce off their foot right to one of their players. Oh, I'm gonna say Bear kicked it. Okay, 3:29 left in the game. 51-34. So Russell comes in for Colette. All right, so Russell out to Precht. Precht fires one. Paige gets the rebound off that one. You know, it's 3:13 left. There's 6 possessions. Burn the clock, ladies, burn the clock. There you go, good job. Berkeley with it. Oh, Berkeley gets stuffed. I kind of knew what was going to happen there. Fires a 3 and sinks it. So Colette has hit some 3s for him. That's 16 points for her. She is their leading scorer. Okay, over to Caitlin. Back to Paige. Back to Caitlin. Lizzie with it. Over to Paige. Kicks it down to Russell. Russell with it. Tries to feed it in underneath. Lizzie with it. Back to Paige. Paige with it. Paige asking for some help. Up to Caitlin. Caitlin brings it across the timeline. Drives in underneath. Puts one up. Doesn't foul. Doesn't drop. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. 51-37. 2:02. excited. I'm excited. I'll tell you why here in a minute. Caitlin doesn't get that one to drop for her. All right, so Hialeah Aparicio, the sole senior on the squad, is in the game for the last 2 minutes. 51-37, 2:02 left, and Hialeah is in the game. She's a good little ball player. Man, she can hustle. Her and Addison Bozel are going in, and coach is talking with him about what he wants to see from them. So that's awesome. Oh, gosh darn it. The other thing I was doing, folks, is I was working on my solution for getting power to this iPad and still allowing me to chatter, you know, because I just don't like it when you have just silence, you know. I'm kidding. I know some of you probably appreciate the silence, but you know, I did work on a solution yesterday, or actually today. So I got up and been playing with this too. Noise. All right, I think you guys are now hearing me. All right, good. I just had to unplug and plug back in. All right, so 51-37, 138 left. Fires a three, doesn't drop. Pepper with the rebound. Goes around, kicks it down to Addison. Oh, Addison oh man, Paige gave it everything she had and to get that rebound. Addison didn't quite get that one to drop. 1:22 left, 51-37. Freeman to inbound. Bears still putting on pressure here. Russell with it. Addison up on her. Addison going at that ball like crazy. Oh. Page with it. And just trying everything. I mean, athleticism right there on display. Trying everything she can. We are now at 52 seconds remaining. Addison hustled. Woo! Man, that girl is on it, trying to get it. All right, so Paige and Pepper coming off. They did amazing. And Millie and Liv go in. 42 seconds left, 51-37. Kicks it out to Precht. Kicks it over to Russell. And a call foul there. So she'll go to the line. Shooting a couple. Leia gets called for the foul. This is the first one. Okay. Ceci Garcia comes in. Caitlin goes out. Russell doesn't get the second one. Live with the rebound. 30 seconds left. Gives it up to Hialeah. Hialeah dribbles it all around. Gives it to Millie. Back out to Liv. Ceci with it. Hialeah with it. Addie with it. CC into Millie. Millie. Ooh, almost. And time expires. Game 51-37, Bears. Well, folks, the Bears have some talent for sure. I expect, like I said, see them making a deep run into the postseason. Congratulations, ladies. 2-0 to start the 2025-26 season. And here come the Freeman Scotty boys. And out come your Bears. See what Michael does this time. Last game he started 4 freshmen against a much taller and older Wenatchee squad. So we'll see what he does here with Freeman. Freeman has, like I said, they have an age edge. Well, at least that's the assumption, and a height edge. Senior Finn LaPointe, 6'4". John Mendenhall, 6'4", sophomore. Malachi Koss, 6 foot senior. Levi Wellner, 6'3", senior. William Dumars, 6'1", sophomore. Maddox Hodges, 5'10", freshman. Kevin Jedstrup, 6'1", freshman. Micah Olson, 6 foot sophomore. Micah Hodges, 6'1", senior. Logan Schultz, 6'1", senior. And Drew Frank, 6'2", freshman. So it's going to be interesting. They have obviously a good height advantage on us and a little bit of age. Well, age, and so you assume that they would be also potentially a little more experienced. Oh, goodness. Well, it was the girls are just doing really well. I'm just really enjoying watching the girls play and seeing them succeed here in the first two games, the openers. Now we'll see how the boys do. First one, they really did battle and came back at the end there to only. Wenatchee was a good team. Wenatchee is a good team, and it was fun to see them. See them have that. It looked like they had about a 30-point lead on us, and ended up getting cut down to 15 in the end. So it's good to see. We'll see how the boys do here against Freeman. Again, Freeman typically pretty good program, pretty successful, and we'll see how it goes here today. Yeah, we had a fun time with the family. That is the one thing I miss. A year ago, Grant was deciding to play basketball, and Isaac was living with us. Sophie had been with us, and we just had everybody home. Like I said, I'm a hoarder, and as a hoarder, I enjoyed having most of my kids home, and the other one was only over in Moses, and then one ended up now she's down in Nevada. But regardless, now 1 year later, and instead of having 3 and then 2, I am 0 at home. I've got the wife and I love my wife. I love the time we get to spend together, but I miss having the kids there. You know, it's way too quiet for my liking. And you know, I said in the last game, I'm just a little bummed I don't have a kid playing any of the sports. It is great to be here. Don't get me wrong. I love supporting all the student athletes on both squads. I mean, I love the fact that we've got these talented student athletes, and you never know. You never know where are they going to end up playing college ball. Are some of these guys on the floor going to play a college sport with one of their current competitors? Do they play together during summer ball, you know, or on a select team? And there's so many opportunities for these kids to play together and to know each other. I mean, there's a lot of times now the world continues to get smaller and smaller, and social media makes it very, very easy and to be friends. And then hopefully get some time in person. That's the thing. One thing I'm not excited about social media is, you know, me and my buddies spent time together face to face on our bikes or doing this or doing that, and social media, you know, kind of makes that less likely. So you never know. So great to see all these young student athletes out here. But I really. I really miss having my kids. And anyway, we did get to see Grant yesterday, and then he ended up coming over today. But Grant and Whitney and Whitney's husband Tony and my two granddaughters were in Spokane with me, celebrating Linda's accomplishments and watching her walk across the stage and get her diploma and her award. So very excited about that and happy about that. And it was just a lot of fun. And then, you know, we got to go out to Mod Pizza. And Mod Pizza with grandkids and, you know, the giant cookie, you know, and the no-name cakes, you know, which really reminds me of Ding Dongs. But they're better than a Ding Dong. It's just the way it is. So anyway, you know, and we actually have one of our previous student athletes, a wonderful young lady, whose sister was just out on the floor. Anna Wolf over here, chit-chatting with one of the folks sitting next to me, and Anna had gone down to Grand Canyon University, and now she's back up here, and you know, just a wonderful young lady. Appreciate her very much. So anyway, man, she was a stellar athlete as well. We tend to do that. We tend to have some really good student athletes, and enjoy watching them be successful and represent Brewster well, and so it's a lot of fun. But yeah, Mod Pizza, that was good last night. Brought home a few leftovers, one of their garlic cheesy breads, and had that a little bit before I came down here to make it through all the games here. But yeah, we are excited to have Christmas coming, and my kids coming to celebrate Christmas with us, and looking forward to that. And like I said, my granddaughter will be turning 5, and here pretty soon she'll be out on the floor, and maybe I'll get to broadcast some of her games. But well, whatever she decides to do, you know, it's a lot of fun being a grandparent. More fun than you know, you were told that. I think I've shared this before, but you know, at first I felt like a failure because when my first granddaughter was born, you know, you hear all these people talking how awesome it is to be a grandparent, and I held her, and it's like she's just this little lump, and I'm like going, you know, I loved her, but it wasn't like, oh, this is so cool. But you know, and then I felt bad. I actually felt pretty bad about it, and but once she got a little bit of personality, all of a sudden Pop was her favorite, and we have had a lot of fun. I love that little girl and her sister following in her footsteps. We're going to have a lot of fun. But anyway, it's also, as we spoke a little bit last game, I mean, my granddaughter, my granddaughters, the one's turning 1 actually next month, is cousins with Berkeley Regals. I mean, you know, it's neat to see that. It's neat to see Berkeley be successful and be a wonderful young lady, and you know that they are as well. And then Grant, me and that boy, oh my. You know, well, you know, as a dad, yeah, I'm sad because at one point I was thinking he's going to be playing college ball, and I'll get to see him for 4 years, you know, play some college baseball or something or whatever. I mean, he got an opportunity to throw the javelin, so javelin or baseball. He even had an opportunity to play some basketball, but, you know, I always thought that's what I was going to get to experience. And then he decided that he just wanted to go into the trades and had an opportunity to work on being an electrician and getting his journeyman. And he's not, I mean, that's 8,000 hours before you can test for the journeyman. So he is going to be doing that for a number of years. But anyway, he decides to go into the trades, decides not to pursue sports. He did have even an opportunity with the St. Louis Cardinals. Anyway, he chose to do that, and then he got a house and got married, and it's just like boom, 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 and so just absolutely amazing. Love it, love him, appreciate all that he's doing. But in that, when he got married, he inherited a couple of brother-in-laws that are out on the court here. The Pachowski boys are Grant's brother-in-laws. So it's funny. Oh yeah, your brother-in-law's playing tonight. You know, it's just I just get a kick out of it. But anyway, 4:30 before we will have tip-off here for the boys portion of the fun here tonight. Actually, I was talking to him about Anna and her younger brother who played baseball and basketball with Grant since 3rd grade, Brady Wolf. He's here as well. Another stellar student athlete, wonderful young man, and he went on and played college baseball for Spokane Falls. And great young man. I really appreciate Brady as well. It's fun to see him. It's fun to see the legacy that they had here and what they've done since, and you know what they're maybe kind of what they're going to try and accomplish as they go forward in life. You know, I know Anna is following in her mom's footsteps of being a teacher, and I know they're both going to be excellent, or she's going to be an excellent teacher, just like her mom. But, man. We had lost a couple of kittens, or actually, excuse me, that's not the correct. We had a couple of cats that we'd had for 8 years, and they ended up passing away here the last couple months. And the wife saw an opportunity to go down to the Humane Society and adopt a few. So we have 3 2-month-old kittens in our house now. So to say that we're going to get terrorized is probably an understatement, but it is. They are neat. It is neat to have them and to see them and just another quote unquote family member. Like we were talking about before, it's neat to see the officials here. Mike Thornton, gentleman right there, right? Bumping fists with Rebecca Gevers, who is keeping score this year. Michael and I went to Orville High School together. He was a senior when I was a freshman. I actually helped him in baseball. He hadn't played baseball before and decided to play baseball. He was on the Orville's basketball team that went to state and ended up taking 4th in state. They were an amazing team, and neat to see him out here. Lovely wife, Leslie. He went to school a couple years ahead of me. Actually, both of them also went to Central right before me. But neat people. Got to stay friends with them throughout the years. 119. Or actually, we're down to 115 now before the game gets going. I even told Grant, I said, Grant, come on, sit with me. Put on a headset, bud. Give us an input from your perspective. No, didn't want to. Oh, Joe Taylor's here. Brand new dad. Him and his lovely wife, Chandler. Chandler played ball at Gonzaga. Great basketball player. They just had their first baby. It's amazing, to see these kids that I watched Joe and Isaac again, kind of like Grant and Brady from 3rd grade up, and neat to see. And then I had that before with Isaac and Joe and Jeff Sonneman. It's neat to see that. And, sure, a lot of these young men here, kind of same deal. All right, let's see who Michael decides to start here Saturday. Yeah, Thursday. All right. Announcements of this here.
Good evening and welcome to this evening's contest between the Grizzly Bears and the Freeman Scotties. To begin with, let's look at our starting lineups in alternating order. First for the Scotties, number 1, a senior at 6'1",
Logan Schultz for the Scotties.
For your Bears at 5'11", number 1.
Yep.
Isaac Saucedo.
So Isaac Saucedo for the Bears. So he's starting 4 freshmen again. Micah Hodges. I remember seeing him out on the floor. Freeman battled with Quincy Scott and the Columbia Burbank Coyotes last year. So Freeman has a very good basketball team. Okay, Lando and Jordan Medina. So Maddox Hodges. So Israel Hurtado. Levi Wellner. So Preston. Again, I absolutely love how they have the folks out here and congratulating the players before they get started. Israel gonna jump here. It's Hodges. Oh, gosh darn it. Sorry, folks, I'm chatting away. And why did you not reset? I am so sorry. And just like that. All right, so Preston with it. Preston fires, doesn't drop. Oh, a little too hard off the glass for Israel. fires another three. That one rims in and out. They end up bouncing out, getting the rebound. Dishes out. Wow. That one does not drop. He's gonna foul called. All right. Ooh. Two different speeds, girls and boys. Wow. I'm gonna have to try and stay up on this, folks. And I will do my best to keep the camera on the action and tell you what's going on. So Lando has it, bringing it down, cuts through the middle, gets it out to Isaac. Isaac pulls up, fires, doesn't drop, rebounded by Olsen. They're just, all right, so Jordan with it. Ooh, yep, so travel. So Freeman subbing in. Olsen inbounds to Micah Hodges. Micah over Finn, the point, and ends up not quite able to handle, goes out of bounds. So 6:25 left in the first. Oh, Freeman putting in some pressure. Lando gets it down to Jordan. Lando fires the three and sinks it. Freeman kicks in. Wow, that was some impressive passing, but doesn't drop for him. Rebound by Isaac. Isaac kicks it down to Jordan. Lando with it. They're going to call him for getting his hand in there. So that'll be on Maddox Hodges. Yeah, Maddox Hodges gets a foul called. Bears on the inbound. Preston with it. Preston fires a little too hard. Rebounded by Fenn LaPointe, 6'4" senior. Drives around, and they're going to call a foul on the Bears. That one will be on Preston. So Preston and Isaac come out, and Sam and Jacob go in. So he kicks it back out to Micah Hodges. And they're going to say it was on the ground. He's slashing and cutting and diving and trying to get in, and they're going to call that on Jacob. It'll be 2 on the Bears, 2 on Freeman. LaPointe will inbound it to Francis and Hodges, and that is Olsen. Olsen hits another 3 from the corner. Oh, tries to force it. Jordy with it. Doesn't drop, but he gets fouled hard. So he'll be shooting 3. .32, so LaPointe. .506 left here in the first. He'll get 3 here. Gets the first one. The second one. Huh? I don't know. sure what the call is. So they're discussing something. Ah, Becky May Taylor. Another member of that team that brought home the gold ball for the ladies. They're coming over and chatting with a scorebook. I'm not sure exactly what they're chatting about. I'm not sure, again, exactly what's going on. Okay. Huh. Okay. So he gets that one. And oh, Jordy must have said something. I don't understand. So apparently somebody got a I have no idea. All right. Freeman with the ball. Micah Hodges goes up and in. Scores it. It'll be the second one on Pachowski. Jacob. And he gets that one. 6-10. Sam goes around him. Lando into Freeman's hands. Off to the races. Nice pass underneath, up and in. 6-12. Sam with it, gets knocked away and stolen, and they're going to call a foul. So that'll be 4 on the Bears. All right, so Olsen inbounds to Hodges. Back to Olsen. Into the point. Out to Hodges. Hodges doesn't drop. Or Olsen, I guess, in the corner. Sam with it. Kicks it over to Lando. Lando back to Sam. Sam drives, puts one up and in. Hodges. Hodges into Schultz. Walked. All right, so Sam Arevalo with it. Sam driving, puts one up, doesn't drop, puts it to Jordy. Jordy fires and sinks a three. Jordy with it. Oh, Sam almost had it. Jordy with it. Lando got the loose ball. Okay, so we're, oh, I'm not sure. Okay, so they got 16 seconds left. All right, Sam to inbound. Sam inbounds to Jacob. To Sam. Oh. Sam wanted the ball. Fires a three. And it goes in. 11-15. All right, Sam with it. Over to Jordan. Okay, Medina. Nice rebound. Sam with it. To Israel. Jordy. Puchowski. Up and in. Tied at 15. Olsen, LaPointe. LaPointe doesn't drop. .211 left here in the first, tied at 15. Jacob gonna inbound to Sam. Sam brings it down for the Bears. Over to Lando, Jordy, Sam. Back to Jordy. Fires. Drops in. Hodges down. I'm gonna say grab it when you don't know. So the Freeman ball underneath. 138. Preston Thompson in the game. 138, 17-15. Fires out and a three just like that for Micah Hodges. Sam driving. In it goes. Olsen with it. Kicks it back out to Hodges. Back to Olsen. Olsen driving. Kicks out to the corner. Round. Loses it. Sam gets it. Drives all the way and doesn't get it up and in. So they're going to say, I'm not sure what they're going to say. Oh, they're saying he gets to shoot two. So second on Hodges, so he'll shoot two. All right, Sam will have an opportunity here to get the second one. And doesn't drop. Preston. Over to Lando. Nice job, Preston. Good hustle. And it will be Brewster ball. Sends in Dumars. So Dumars coming in, and Bear ball 19-18, 49.5 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Tries to put it in to Preston. That didn't work. So we'll try something different. Different position. Lando, Israel. Doesn't quite drop. The point with the rebound. The point with the basketball. Feeds it underneath. Feeds it out. Over to the point. The point fires. Doesn't drop. 32 seconds remain. So 29.7, 19-18. So Freeman with the ball. 29.7. Olsen to inbound. Kicks it back to Micah Hodges. Over to Maddox Hodges. Olsen back to Hodges. Oh, no, time expired. 1.4 seconds. 1.4 seconds here in the first. Oh, jeez. Whew. That one came in and out. Wow. All right. So we are now into the second quarter. I've got to email these guys and tell them we need a way to change quarters. Bears have a 1-point lead, 19-18. Wow. Love our band. Looks like Michael's going back to starting lineup. No, wait a second, Sam's in there. So he's got Sam in there rather than Isaac. All right, so Bear ball on the far side. We start the second quarter. Bounce to Sam. Kicks it over to Lando, or no, I guess Sam kept it. Preston. Ooh, almost. Freeman gets the rebound. Hodges with it. Olsen to LaPointe. Call a tie up there, and I'm going to call that one. So Hodges, Maddox, guns to Olsen. Olsen for a three, and he sinks it. He likes that one, that's for sure. 19-21, 7:28 left here in the first half. Sam with it. Oh, floats it, doesn't drop. Hodges with it. Back to Hodges from the point. Over to Olsen to Hodges to Mendenhall. back to the point. Doesn't drop. Lando with it. Lando going coast to coast. Jordy with it. Doesn't drop. Nobody in to rebound. Okay, and that was Hodges. Hodges doesn't drop. Goes off the rim. Be bare ball. 6:43 left here in the first half. So Jacob Pachowski going in, Grant's brother-in-law. Puts it into Sam Arevalo. Sam brings it across the timeline. Puts it over to Jacob. Oh, they're called 3 in the key. All right, so Maddox Hodges with it. Kicks out to Micah Hodges. The point. Hodges doesn't drop. Sam with the rebound. Kicks all the way down to Jordy. Jordy battles, puts it out to Jacob. Jacob drives, pulls up, floats one, doesn't drop. Nice rebound over the head and up and in for Hodges. Okay, Sam brings it down. Puts it out to Jordy. Jordy drives, gets it. Yep, so he had a hand on him, or hand on his hand, so he'll shoot 2. Jordy going to the line, the point. (19:23), 5:46 left here in the first half. Gets the first one. Preston Thompson coming in for Israel, for Tato. Jordy back at the line, misses that one. Preston tips it, but gets into Freeman's hands. Olsen, no, that's one of the Hodges gets it. Drives around the point to the other Hodges. Drives through everybody, lays it up, doesn't drop. Israel, or Isaac had it. Isaac loses it. Up to Hodges, and up and in. 20-25. Coach Taylor wants to talk to his team a little bit here. (20-25), 5:18 left in the first half. Freeman going to put some pressure on. Into Sam. Up to Jordy. Jacob. Doesn't drop, gets his own rebound. Gets hit. So he'll be going to the line to shoot 2. So, shooting 2. First one doesn't drop for him. Jacob will have another opportunity here. Oh. Preston skied for that one and come down well. Jordy with it. Tries to force it in underneath. Doesn't happen. Great passing ability. Sam with it. (20-30). 4:35 left here in the first half. You know, talking with the coaches, one of the things is you want to have a schedule that really challenges the teams, and the girls need the challenge to have some good competition, and the boys do as well. But, you know, like I said, we got 4 freshmen that are starting and 1 junior, and they've got 4 seniors, right? So, anyway, we will see what happens here as the game progresses. 20-30 currently. Bears really fought back against Wenatchee. I expect to see the same thing here. Bears will have an inbound play underneath their basket here. 4:35 left in the first half. Jacob with it. Lando. Lando drives, kicks it out to Isaac. Jordy. Off balance, does not drop. Israel gets it, kicks it out to Max. Or excuse me, Jacob. Max is his younger brother. Lando with it. Over to Isaac. Isaac drives, gives it to Jacob. Jacob pulls up, gets it stuffed. Isaac comes in and gets it. Good job, Isaac. Kicks it back out to Hodges. Tries to get up underneath, and they're going to say it came off Freeman. 22-30, 3:43. All right, inbounds to Lando. Lando brings it down, gives it, okay. Isaac over to Jordy. Jordy out to Lando, over to Isaac. Isaac fires the 3. Off. Gives it to Wellner. Wellner to Hodges. Hodges just drives around and up and in. Talented player. Puts it into Lando. Lando up to Jordy. Jordy fires and misses that 3. And they're going to say someone pushed him. So it'll be Freeman ball. Yeah. Israel. Okay, so Jose coming in. All right, so into Hodges. Micah. Micah driving. Over to Wellner. Wellner gets it in underneath. Kicks it back out to Hodges. This is the 3. Wellner with it. Back to Hodges. Wellner in the corner. In and out. Jose gets it. Gives it out to Lando. Lando brings it down. Oh. Doesn't drop for him, but he'll be going to the line, I think. Oh, they got 5, so he's going to the line for sure. Lando will have an opportunity to pull us closer than 10 with 2:30 left here in the first half. Doesn't get the first one. Doesn't get the second one. Micah Hodges brings it down. Gets it to Olsen, LaPointe, and he'll be going to the line. say it. This is the first one. The point will see if you can get the second one here. Yeah, that one doesn't drop for him. But Olsen gets the rebound. 2:16 left here in the first. 22-32. Sam with it. Doesn't drop. Rebound taken out of there by Freeman. Wellner bringing it down. Or no, Dumars. Sorry, that's Dumars. 3 for the point. Sam with it. Kicks it out. Back to Jacob with it. Fires, doesn't drop. Hodges driving through. Kicks it out to the edge for a 3 for Dumars. Dumars doesn't drop. Isaac with it back, or Isaac will say over to Sam. Oh. The point, Dumars, Olsen. 22-37, Sam Arevalo with it. Isaac with it. Lando tries to get it to Jacob, and Freeman ball. 46.1 left here in the first half, 22-37. Point inbounds to Maddox Hodges. Micah Hodges misses. Jose gets it. Lando with it. Lando goes in. 24-37, 21 seconds left in the first half. We're going to go for a last shot. 12 seconds left. Hodges traveled 5.9. Lando with it. And, oh, I'm sorry. Jeez, I was watching the play. Isaac had the ball and just didn't know the time or something happened. Didn't get the shot off. So Bears head in, down 24-37 against the Freeman Scotties. Again, Freeman was in the state championship last year against Columbia Burbank. Yeah, Freeman ended up taking second last year. That's what I thought. I wanted to make sure I was right before I popped off with something I shouldn't have. So, Freeman has a good squad out here today, showing that they have a good opportunity here to make it back to the Spokane Arena. And the Bears are going to do everything they can to get there as well. Showing some spunk against Wenatchee, being down, I think they were down up to 30 points and cutting it down, and final losing by 15. And here so far, down 13 to a quality team. Freeman is doing really well. So we'll see how the Bears do here into the second half. What the final score is here on this Saturday. I am hoping to broadcast as many of these games for everybody as possible. I will say that I am going to ponder how I'm going to do it with games over in Napavine this season. A couple years ago, we went over there, and we got turned around on Snoqualmie, had to drive all the way back down and go over White Pass, and by the time we got over there through all the weather, we missed the girls' game and I think half of the boys' game, or at least part of the boys' game. I didn't get to broadcast it. We took some photos, but that was an adventure. And then this year, I'm curious how it's going to go, and maybe do a fundraising or something to cover the costs and see if I can get that one pulled off to get over there for you. And the games down in Yakima, I mean, they're typically good games. It's just, unfortunately, that's expensive anymore, folks. The cost of hotels and food has just gone through the roof. Oh, I know. Yeah, so the boys will play in Reardon on Tuesday night. I'm not sure if I'll make it over for that one. Then they're going to be in Chelan Friday night. Let's see if I can make that one. Then we host Lake Roosevelt. There we go. December 19th and 20th. They'll be in Adna and Napavine. So we'll see about those. And then December 29th and 30th, they'll be down in Yakima at the Yakima Sundome. And then we'll be back for regular season. No, it says non-conference. Oh, yeah, that would be non-conference. Our first game against Okanagan actually is non-conference. On Friday, January 2nd, we'll be home against Okanagan non-conference. Then we play Cle-Elum in Cle-Elum on January 3rd. And then conference play starts January 6th as we play Lake Roosevelt over there. Liberty Bell at home, Lakeside 9 Mile at home, Manson away, Kashmir away, Chelan home, Bridgeport away, and Tenasket, I think that one's home. 3:50 remaining here in the break at half. Saw some posts for some folks that have a senior this year, senior Sunday photos. I love that tradition. I love people celebrating their seniors. I need to get some time to come down here and do some interviews. With Grant's wedding, I ended up buying some wireless mics, and I want to get a little more use out of them. So I will try my best to use those and do a few more player interviews again this season and try and cover the teams as we go through the season. But it is a lot of fun chatting with those young ladies and men. The Pateras Ski Club does Christmas tree fundraiser, and they bring in some live Christmas trees that you can purchase, and have been doing that the last couple of years. I love that program, love supporting them, and they get in some nice trees. So to get the tree and get it all set up at the office, I actually do it for our office because I think it's fun to have a nice tree at the office. 1:18 left here in half. My buddy Gordon Wright is the broadcaster, so he announced that we're streaming here for everybody. I was absolutely shocked. There was about 3,000 views of our Wenatchee Brewster game. I was pleasantly surprised. I'm glad some folks are tuning in and seeing what we got going. Enjoy being able to bring this to you. All right, starters getting ready to go back out on the floor. Okay. All right. The point to inbound. Looks like he's going to be inbounding to Maddox Hodges. And he does. Maddox brings it down. Kicks it over to Micah Hodges, over to Olson. LaPointe fires it across in the corner. Hodges for a three. Micah with 21 points. Gets it batted. Bears bringing it across. Lando with it into Israel. LaPointe. 24-40. Okay, Isaac to inbound. Inbounds to LaPointe. Point gets it to Olson. Over to Hodges. Hodges gets it stripped away, but someone got him on the arm. So it'll be Freeman ball underneath. 24-40 still. So that'll be Jordy. Be his first. Oh, it's on the ground. On the ground. Yeah, he wasn't shooting quite yet. Just to inbound it. Olson. Oh, Israel, Israel. Had it, wow. Israel poked that thing away, drove down like he was gonna take it to the rack, and then got poked away from him and out of bounds. Bears to try an inbound play here with 7:10 left here in the third. Puts it into Jordy. Jordy gets it stuffed by Hodges, but it went out of bounds, so he'll have another opportunity for another inbound play. LaPointe, Hodges, 24-42. So Coach Wholesale subbed the squad out. Well, all right. Max, yep, Maxwell, Max Pachowski, Jacob Pachowski, Sam Arevalo, Jose, and Bronson Becker. Coach is seeing if he has any better luck. And unfortunately that pass a little too high for Josue. Olson with it. Kicks it over to Hodges. Back to Olson. Olson drives. Saying he walked with it. Max into Sam. Sam drives around. Kicks it back out to Max. Over to Bronson. Bronson to Sam. Sam puts it up, doesn't drop, fight for it. Max with it, Sam with it. Jacob with it, Jose with it. All right. So Bears ball on the rotation. 6:16 left here in the third, 24-42. Sam to inbound it. Gets it taken. LaPointe ends up with the ball. Kicks it over to Hodges. Doesn't drop. And ends up going kind of out of bounds. So Bear ball. 6:07 left here in the third. 24-42. Into Sam. Sam drives, puts the floater up, goes in. Inbounds to Maddox Hodges. Olson with it. Almost gets it taken away. LaPointe with it. Freeman ball underneath for 5:44 left here in the third. LaPointe kicks it out to Schultz. Schultz feeds it underneath to the point, up and in. Point has 7. Sam with it. Kicks it out to Max, to Jacob. Out to Sam. Sam puts it up and in. And gets fouled, so he'll be going to the line. 28-44. Drops it. Jose gets the rebound, not quite able to get it up and in. And down came Freeman, and they fell to the ground, and it went out of bounds. So it'll be Brewster ball. (28-44). Okay, Bears going to try an inbound play underneath. 5:15 left in the third. Get over to Bronson. Bronson feeds it in underneath to Jacob. And say he will say on the ground. And that'll be, I'm not sure who it's on. 5. Be the second one. Another inbound play. Bronson cutting and 30-44. Up and around everybody, up and in. 30-46. Sam with it. Doesn't drop. Schultz doesn't drop. Jose with it, gives it to Jacob. Jacob drives around. And gets it go. Okay. Hodges, LaPointe. Hodges. See, that's DeMar, right? DeMar to LaPointe. And LaPointe up and in. 32-48. Sam with it. 4:07 left here in the third. Sam drives around, kicks it back out to Jose, over to Jacob. Jacob back to Sam. Sam backs out a little. Drives around, cuts through, puts it up and in. 34-48. Kicks it over to the point. The point over to DeMar, to Schultz. Yeah. Into Sam. Max trailing. Sam drives around everybody. Kicks it out to Max, over to Jose. Jose kicks it back to Sam. Oh. Doesn't drop. DeMar with it. DeMar. Oh. Just off the hands, and it will now be Bear ball again. Max will be going in. Sam with it. 3:05, 34-48. Sam driving around the edge. Backs it out. They're going to call something there. Say Sam pushed. So Freeman ball. All right, into no, that was Hodges. Hodges. And that would be the other Hodges. Sam with it. Maxwell sets the screen. Kicks out to the edge to Jordy. Jordy gets it tipped. Jordan Medina up and in. Hits 2 threes in a row. 36-54, 2:05. Sam with it. Give and go. Sam kicks it over. Shoots over the top. Rebound comes down with the point. And Olsen. That one does not drop. Bronson with the rebound. Bronson bringing it up. Kicks it out. Jacob. They're going to call Mendenhall. So he'll be going to the line to shoot 2. 5. Yep, so he'll shoot 2. So Israel will shoot 2. .131 left here in the third. Nope. First one does not go. Have an opportunity here for the second one. Neither one of them go for him. Oh. Olsen to Hodges. Hodges, Schultz, Hodges. Olsen, Hodges. Hodges, Olsen. Schultz. Bronson with it. Gets that one. 39-54, 52 seconds left here in the third. Hodges bringing it down. Schultz, Hodges, Olsen, Hodges, Schultz, Mendenhall. Over to Hodges again. 39-57. Tries that, shot doesn't drop. 21 seconds. Mendenhall, Hodges. And they're going to call a foul on that. He'll be going to shoot 2. So that one is on Bronson. 10.5 seconds left here in the third. Gets the first one. Mars goes in for Olson. And doesn't drop. The second one doesn't drop for him. Schultz fires. And it goes in. 39-61 as we head in to the fourth quarter. Well, 8 minutes into this one. All right, Freeman ball to start the fourth. The point inbounds to Hodges. The point, Schultz, Hodges, Olson. $39-64. Sam Arevalo. It doesn't drop. Rebound by LaPointe. Kicks it down to Olson. Olson kicks it back to Hodges, to Olson. LaPointe. Lando with his first foul. LaPointe fires, doesn't hit the rim, so it'll be bare ball. Sam with it. Jordy with it. Ooh, almost. Preston threw that one down. Schultz with it. The point. Fires a three. His doesn't hit. And there's going to be a foul called. I'm not sure. All right, so we have a foul on. We have a foul on Preston, and then the referee says he heard a comment, and so he gave it to number 3, who says he didn't say it. whatever was said. But regardless, technical been called, and Jordy is at the line for the Bears, sinks the first one. Sinks the second one. All right, so Bear ball on the side. All right. Jordy gets stuffed by the point. And one of the cheerleaders gets crushed. Gets crushed. I think I got that on film. Hopefully she's okay, but Jordy body slammed into her. Okay, so that's Sam's third, team's second, with 6:13 left in the game. Okay, Hodges, the point, Hodges, Schultz, Hodges, Olsen, and Hodges. Sam with it. 5:41 left in the game. Lando. Jordy. Lando. Hodges. Ooh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They hit the scorer's table, and it rammed back into the young lady keeping score for Freeman. That did not feel good. Full force, basketball player coming full force, smashes into the score table, and it rammed into her. First time I've seen that one. Oh. Freeman ball. Okay. 5:18 left. 41-69. Olsen with it. No, Olsen to the point. Hodges cuts and gets fouled, and he's going to the line. (41-69). 4 fouls on the Bears, 1 on Freeman in this quarter. 5:08 left. Gets that one. And gets that one. Okay, 5:08 left. Jordy with it, kicks it out to Lando. Lando out to Jordy. Jordy for a three. Doesn't make it. LaPointe with the rebound. Hodges with it. And up and in. Sam with it. Gets it. Let's go to the line. Doesn't get that one. Gets the rebound knocked out of there and gets it up and in. Olsen with it. Hodges to the point. Sam with it. Lando. He'll be shooting two. Four minutes left. Doesn't get the first one. Four minutes left. Okay. Lando has one more here. 45-75. 4 minutes left in the game. Doesn't drop. Isaac to Sam. Sam kicks over to Jacob. Jacob fires it around. Gets it swatted. Inbounds to Jacob. Doesn't drop. Rebound. Wellner. Hodges with it. The point. Hodges. Demar. The point. And up and in. 45-75. Or 77, sorry. Jacob with it. Doesn't drop. And he'll get to shoot a couple. Oh, LaPointe. Okay. Say, oh, doesn't drop for him. The point comes out with 4, and Mendenhall goes in. Doesn't drop, and ends up, Hodges sees it and gets the rebound, brings it across. Mars, Hodges, Mars, Hodges, Wellner, DeMar, Jose with it. It's poked away. Hodges with it. DeMar with it. Jose with it. Sam. Up and in. 47-77. 2:10 left in the game. Hodges with it. Hodges. Wellner. Hodges. No, I'm calling a. But it's a. Yeah, but it's a. No. Because it's a. But it's not. I think it's an offensive foul, so they don't get to shoot. Yeah, it's an offensive foul. All right, so offensive foul. Into Sam. Let's see. Lando. Mendenhall. Hodges. Wellner. Mendenhall. Nope. So that one does not drop for Hodges. And Sam with it. Preston. Isaac. We'll see. And fires up and over and gets it. 49-77. 54 seconds left. Hodges. DeMar. What's he doing? Hodges. Okay. Lando gets it. That was beautiful if it would have went in. Hodges with it. DeMar. 6 seconds left. They're just going to hold it. That is game. 49-77. 49-77 is the final. Interesting to see where Freeman ends up this year, as they came in second last year in state. Bears played well the first quarter, and we'll see how they continue to progress. All right, folks, I am going to get this thing shut down and see if I can get home to say bye to the wife before she heads into work. She works night shift at the ER in the hospital here in Brewster, so she takes off in a few, so I'm going to try and get home and say bye to her. You guys have a great evening, great rest of your weekend, and